Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to if you're new here. In this video I have for you, as you can see, the new 8 shades from the OPI Nature Strong line. Now, one thing to keep in mind that this is not a collection, okay? These are just 8 new shades that are being added to this line. Originally it had 30 colors, so now there's 38. What else? Okay, so these 3 were sent to me by OPI SPR, and then I bought the rest. They didn't send the whole thing, so I bought the other ones from Polish Pick. I will link everything down below. If you're interested in seeing the first 30 shades, I do have a video. I'm going to link it up here in the card somewhere or down in the description where I swatched all 30 shades. And don't worry, it has timestamps because 30 shades is a lot. So let's get into these and we'll talk about them as we go. All right, the first one is kind of a twig deal. I'm gonna put the names down here. Don't worry, because I know sometimes when I say the names, you don't even know what I'm saying. And some of these have like play on words and like puns and stuff. And so it's like, what did she even say? So I'll always put the name down here for you guys. This one was a 2-coater, very easy to work with, no complaints. I think it's better to work with this one than the others from OPI's regular line that have the same kind of tones, you know. I wouldn't say it's a one-coat wonder, okay? Because I feel like I needed a second coat, but it was so easy to work with. Very, very good. You guys know I'm always a sucker for these colors. I know for some people they're boring. For me, they're great. So yeah, anyways, it seems creamier than these same types of colors that are released in the regular line, which is why the OPI Nature Strong line, I keep saying this on my Instagram, is one of my favorite. I think it's my favorite OPI line as far as formula is concerned. This one's very good, but keep in mind that it's not a one-coater. Up next, we have a Kick in the Bud, and this one's a jelly to crelly formula. And I say jelly to crelly because when you do the first coat, it feels like a jelly. But then when you do the second coat, it's like, well, maybe is this a crelly? So it's one of those that's like borderline. And, you know, even at 2 coats, it was like no streaky at all. It gave me super even coverage. But I could still see a little bit of my nail line, which is like kind of strong at this point. But anyways, it's a very beautiful polish. You're gonna have no problem whatsoever with it, but just keep in mind, if you're expecting it to be like that super creamy thing that's like almost a one-coater, it is not, because it does have a squishy type of jelly-ish formula, okay? Up next, we have Big Beautiful Planet. This one has a good formula. It's a 2-coater, so it's very similar to the first polish that I showed you. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue. Love it. Very springy, but also summery. Of course, again, like I mentioned, it's not a one-coat wonder like a bunch of the ones that we saw in the first round, but it's very good. It's a solid 2-coater. Very easy to work with, self-level. You guys are not gonna have any problems with it. It does have a creamy formula, even though when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's gonna be super white based. It behaves differently. It's just much better than the regular white based colors that we're used to seeing from OPI, which are good as well, but these just have something that makes them, for me, a little bit better. Up next, we have Be the Change, and I want you guys to excuse if you hear rain in the background. I have some windows, okay? If you hear rain, just take it as ASMR, relax, it's fine. Now, this one is a very red tone yellow, or maybe for some people, like a weird summery, springy orange. I don't know. It's one of those that's like borderline. I never know what it is. Some people take them as yellow. Some people take them as oranges. I'm gonna say, I don't know, maybe like a very, I don't have no idea. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend. Look at it. Whatever you're looking at, this is what it is. Now, this one, I was expecting, because the Nature Strong has such a fantastic formula, usually I was like, they're gonna give us a yellow that's gonna be fantastic. This is a yellow like any other yellow. It's gonna take 2 to 3 coats. Like I did 2 on one of my nails and I thought it was okay. And then when I dried down, I could still see bold spots. So I would say for this one, 2 to 3 coats, plan on 2, you know. It doesn't have a great formula. It's like a typical yellow. Now, the formula does feel a little bit creamier than other super white based yellows because, you know, the Nature Strong tends to be a little bit creamier. But when it comes to getting even, self-leveling and all of that, it's just a yellow, okay? So just keep that in mind. My nails right now have a lot of ridges. You might not see it because I'm wearing a base coat that's actually ridge filling. But anyways, just plan for 3 coats, okay? Up next, we have Leaf by Example, and this is perfection in a bottle. This is 5 stars. This is 10 out of 10. It's gorgeous, and they didn't have any greens, not even close to this on the original 30, so I'm very happy to see this. You guys know I'm a sucker for greens, so this is not a surprise. Fantastic. Very up to par with the one-coat wonders of the first round. I ended up doing 2 coats because, like, if you do the first coat thinner, like, you know, you still need two, but if you do a normal coat, I think you're gonna be fine with one coat, depending on how much you get in your brush and whatnot. But it's fantastic, no issues whatsoever. Perfection, perfection, perfection. You are completely the same formula wise, just a difference in color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you one swatch first and then the other, and then we're gonna talk about them as a whole because they're the same. I don't want to repeat the same thing twice. Okay, this first one is called Echo For It, and this one's a jelly base, clear jelly base, and it has silver details and a blue shimmer. You guys are gonna see it in the swatch where I'm showing it at one coat on the pinky, two coats on the ring, then over black, and then over white. You can see how the blue really shows up when you put a very dark base on it. This is typical for colors that have a shimmery shift like this. When you put them over a dark base, especially black, they really, really pop. Now the second one is called, what are you called, my sir? Mine Full of Glitter, and is the same exact formula, you know, as the other one, but the details are in gold and the shimmery shift thing is in pink. Again, you're gonna see one coat, two coats over black and over white, and you can see the pink show up a lot more when you put it over a very dark polish. Now, when it comes to these two, are they going to be hard to remove? They are not as easy as a regular cream polish, but they're not as hard as a glitter. You don't need to soak them off or anything. Just a light scrub was enough for me. Another thing, they do feel a little bit foily when you put them on. Those silver details feel a little bit foily. And the combination of the shimmery shift with that metallic foily detail gives you like a foily look. Now, I have to say this is not something I would normally buy, but since they sent it to me way before, these were like the only ones I had to play with, and I actually wore this in one hand, this in the other for like a couple days, and I didn't hate it, which I thought I would. I didn't. It was great. It was one of those things that you just do one coat and out and you have a little bit of something on your nails. Yeah, I wore it just one coat. I don't think you need two. I don't think the polish benefits that much from a second coat. If you like the look, just one and go should be enough. Otherwise, I like them over black. But you know, it's not something I would normally just look at and say, oh, I want to buy this. But if you enjoy these types of toppers, the formula is fantastic and the quality is great. Just be aware that the look has that thing where it's the shimmer that shows more over a dark polish, and then the details feel very foily. Glowing Places. This is a metallic. This was, let me think. I think it was opaque for me at two coats, but I could probably maybe still see a little bit of nail line. Like I was saying, my nail line right now is kind of strong, so you really can see it. Now, this color is something weird, and I don't know how to explain it. I hope you guys can see it, but it's as if you grab a champagne polish, champagne, I don't know how to say it. You grab a champagne polish, you add a dash of rose gold, you mix them together, and then you reduce the saturation and you get this. I know it just made like a weird ass polished baby, but sometimes I swear in certain angles I see a hint of rose, a hint of a pink coming up. But then when you wear it, you really don't see it. But it's not a silver, it's not a champagne, it's not a rose gold. It's like a mix of the three with the saturation a little bit down because it feels pale, but it is so beautiful, you guys. Like normally I don't gravitate towards these metallics either. But this one, when I swatched it, I was like, damn, this is kind of cute. It has a very classy, very elegant feel to it because it's not like a very in-your-face metallic. It's not like those silvers that are like, you know, you're wearing a Christmas tree on your nails. It's not like that. It has like a very elegant feel to it. Like if you're a fan of these metallics, you're gonna love this one. It is so pretty. All right, so now that we have seen all of them, let's talk a little bit about it. So out of this 8, I would say the green is the only one that's a one coat wonder for me. This one is up to par 100% with the first round. Then we have these two and the pink. Okay, these are very good, solid 2 coaters. Okay, then we have this yellow. It's a 3 coater or above. This is not anything that's fantastic. Now, if you like these types of colors, you're used to this because they all tend to be struggly. This one's struggly. This isn't, you know, whatever. Then these 3 have perfect formulas, okay, for their polish style. These are toppers, fantastic. As a metallic, this is fantastic as well. Now, overall, great additions to the Nature Strong line, I think. Even this yellow, even if it's struggly, the color is great. So if you can work with, it's just not a beginner polish. That's why I talk about this so much. Like this is something that any beginner can use. Even these are beginner friendly. This yellow is not a beginner friendly polish. It's something that if you're a beginner, you're gonna struggle. But if you're seasoned with polish, you're gonna be fine. You know, we can always make them work. But I just like to clarify that because I do have a lot of beginners that follow me, and I always like to stress when the formulas are gonna give you guys no trouble at all. This yellow might, okay? But if you're up to it, you know, for the challenge and you like the color, go ahead and pick it up, okay? Now, what I would buy. I mean, of course, I bought it to review for you guys, but let's say what I would buy for me to wear. I would buy these two, even if I have others like it. Okay? I will buy these two. These are my top picks. I would probably, if I didn't have the colors already, I would buy these two. Then these things are things I would never buy. Me personally, this is just personal taste, okay? Quality-wise, these three are great. This one's not so much. But, you know, it's just some things that I normally don't buy. So anyways, overall, like I said, great addition to the Nature Strong line, especially the green. I adore this green. And that's it. Thank you guys for coming to my review. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.